Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel, Up in Everyday Life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and new to my channel, my name is AspieAnswersAll, basically, and I'm all about creating health and awareness versus sharing my life story of Asperger's syndrome, OCD, and the like. So, always, I welcome you all back. Hopefully, some of the videos that I have been sharing is of value to you, as well as maybe to others that you may have shared with others. And hopefully that, we can get to know each other one day at a time, basically, just by, what I'm sharing with you that may be close to my heart and whatnot. So I humbly apologize if some of you, are trying to understand me, even though, I get that all the time, that, they find me hard to talk to or whatever. But I should be not that hard to talk to, because I feel right now that I am learning now to basically gain more, confidence versus basically just everyday, situations that I've faced, like I said in one of my videos about my communication breakdown and just communication woes that I used to have as a person, basically. And not further ado, guys, as someone might have followed me on Twitter or not, even though I posted there, I was going to hopefully talk about a couple of videos based on body image on the men's side of things, because we need to address this about the men too, as well as hopefully maybe a couple of things about the men and their way of insecurities, as well as females, through my Beauty From Ashes channel that I'm going to put up under the body images series. Basically, as I'm aware right now, basically, some of these Beauty From Ashes on this Beauty From Ashes channel, hopefully will give you a variety of everyday topics that we go through with tips and advice, as well as support and encouragement along the way for male and female, because I want to address not just, as I said, on my channel, Life of an Aspie, basically, to actually, address it to everybody outside the autistic community and the like, because obviously at the moment, as I said, I want to be a support person and mental advocate as much as I can to the ones without the voice that they haven't been, voiced out about their concerns. And hopefully maybe that, people can relate one way or another through all this that I'm sharing, and that as well of maybe my life journey with what I'm sharing, as well as hopefully later on in the piece, if time allows me, I will do some more fun things along the way. But we never know what my, journey will hold. But, I'm sure that something good will come out of it, regardless of what I've been through in my day and age. So let's go about the body images in men. Okay, as we know, this is basically going to be titled Body Images Issues Are Not Just for Women. Okay, as we know, though, however, with these body images, it's always been clearly addressed in females, but it's not always the case. However, it's obviously been prevalent within our perfection-focused society that everybody has to be a specific weight, height, and all that to fit into the crowd of acceptance of the body weight or body image scene. But it's a sad reality. But even though it has been solely addressed on females, but now it's actually addressing on males now too about the body image issues. Basically, we are also told to be conformed to a certain standard of beauty, to fit a certain body type, certain body shape. Yet, if we don't look that way, we aren't classified as beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, or whatever, be it if we're overweight, some say once you hit size 14 in a female, it's classed as obese. But then again, like I said so many times before, which is a sad fact reality, who's to blame all this body imagery, stuff? Is it the social media? No. It's part of us at fault as well, bashing others that we feel that, should you lose weight. But as I said before, as we know, that bullying can actually affect people. Just one single slip up of a word can affect them for life. This is how I learn it at the moment. We always have these crazy diet fads and crazes that obviously has been advertised on TV. Eat this and exercise on this and you're guaranteed to lose this. But, it doesn't always work on everybody, I believe. But it's just always in the mindset also for people with the right attitude and thinking, as well, basically based on the, everyday struggles that people go for. Despite these diet craze, however, or diet fads, shall I say, that is, thrown upon us or at us to try and encourage us to get to that perfect size 6 or whatever figure that everybody seems to want. We are picked apart by media as well as bulletin boards and that to be told to rebuild ourselves in that perfect ideal form of shape that they want them to see. But women are not the only ones, as I said, that suffers. Men do too. Obviously, men are given the blueprint of perfection too, has been given up on that terminology. they have been addressed to be the strong, muscular, bold, kind of show no emotion kind of, male features, that you've heard it all. They are told to constantly to man up, or to be a man, stop crying over spilt milk kind of category of all these sayings, But then again, this is a funny food for thought since I've talked about it with someone today. Okay, I know this is going to be a bit of a wacky food for thought, but bear with me. I don't mean to laugh about it, but, got to have a laugh somewhere along the way, but not necessarily true. But anyway, the size of a man's penis has been addressed in some, some realms, maybe in their conversations with their girlfriends, over lunch, making, much like his performance in the bedroom. Okay, what I'm saying is here, okay, I've got this so many times that, many guys may, like I said, as I said to someone, he knows who he is, even though I shouldn't be addressing it. But, guys do have their form of insecurities, be it their body image, be it their, performance in bed versus just the body imagery of what they look on the outside and stuff, because we know is all self-inflicted on the females or the body image, but not always the case. So obviously males do have insecurities too, regardless what it may be. So if a guy does tend to challenge you, even though some may be in denial of it, saying about, oh, I was only teasing you about, my size of my penis, well, maybe you need to, listen more clearly, girls, about how they're addressing it and what they're saying about their performance in bed versus their size of the penis. No offense, I'm trying to be open here. Okay, you may laugh at me, ladies, if any ladies are watching this part of the video of what I'm sharing while I'm reading this to you or addressing this factor about the males, body bits, whatever, or roll your eyes backwards or upwards thinking, to yourselves for the males, if you were talking to the males, look into my life, this is how I feel kind of way, Yes, us women do have to deal with probably this sort of scrutiny much of our time in our lives, regardless what it is, because obviously we know the imagery and that of us is portrayed on us females, that we need to be the next sexy beast, next, top best thing. But then again, you got to realize that regardless of it all, we shouldn't be under the assumption that men doesn't, know the feeling. Truth to be told, however, we are all victims of the media, males and females, however. No one is safe now because as we know with the media, how it's rolling, especially with technology, how I said in one of my letter series is it basically really is changing. And it's really scary, it's getting really advanced and whatnot of what you can actually do on the internet versus, just the media itself. If you want to be the power of the media and do some damage. But however, as I said before, only within a amount of years, in later years, has been considered for fuller figured women to be in the media, saying that bigger is beautiful, regardless. We have our own plus size models and clothing stores that cases from size 14 upwards, obviously, because as I said before, for females, size 14 upwards is classified as obese or what have you, which is really sad fact, reality, because of my mum's day, basically, she said to me that size 14 wasn't classed as obese. No way, Jose, it was far from it. But things are changing yet again. You will almost never see a heavy suit lumberjack, however, is cute kind of man gracing the cover of a clothing catalog or fashion magazine or even an in-store poster. You will, however, see the faults and flaws and imperfections of us females and males, regardless what we are. Some of it also, when it comes down to the male sort of things, seeing of the body imagery, you'll see most of them tanned up, toned, muscular, oiled up, gracing the glossy magazines pages of almost every magazine we reach out for, regardless what it is, thinking even though they're photoshopped that, oh, they look, real hot and sexy, but you don't really know what's going on in that fake world of, Photoshop and all that. As we know, Photoshop is the power of, changing the way we look. This goes for, obviously, an unrealistic expectation for men, as well as females, as I said. But in a lot of women, the way these males models may look, adds fuel to the fire in the male's mind. However, like for women, they feel they have to fit this extreme standard in order to be found attractive by opposite sex. And that goes for, males too, be it the bulky muscles versus being toned, be it tanned, oiled, basically. Maybe, I don't know, some guys with tattoos, some girls might find attractive than others. But bear in mind that us females also have been dealt in the hands of the cruel hand of the way how media works, social media. Our bodies are truly under scrutiny. However, they tell us, you know, that celebrities with curves obviously are too fat. But when in reality those same celebrities decide to lose the weight, they are too thin. So we can't win. It's a win-lose situation or a lose-lose situation with media suggesting that we're suffering from an eating disorder. However, you know, on that opposite food reaction. We don't always now have to keep quiet anymore. However, we can kick, scream, and tell the media what we want, how we want it, that we want more diversity of size, sex, and gender, and sometimes they will listen. But men, on the other hand, they've always been taught to remain silent. They don't complain and just get on with it. So they see us females as the bitches and whingers of the old case scenario here, which is a sad reality, really, when you look at it. But then again, how do we know? You know, the strong, silent type is how men are conditioned into this world in this day and age. When I said about how they've been brought up not to say much at all. However, okay, when a chubby schoolboy is bullied by his peers, however, about his weight, belly and eyelid is battered. But like I said, when he is called a slob by his workmates, he is expected to let it roll back off his back. In today's society, however, the ideal man should be tall, rugged, handsome, muscular, well-toned, an excellent lover, strong, emotionless, and the list goes on. A picture has been circulating around of a young man holding up a handwritten sign saying, "It's just as hard to be Ken as it is to be Barbie." Okay? Sometimes there has been some mixed reviews on that type, you know, statement. But then again, this isn't always the way things should be handled or addressed, however. You know, we should be as a city of those men who do suffer from body image issues, as well as their maybe, I don't know, as I said before, their insecurities based on how they perform in the bedroom versus their size and shape of their penis versus just the size and shape in general of the figure. You know, we got to remember, however, it's not just us females now today that are suffering from body image issues, as I clearly addressed before, basically, because obviously this goes for men too. Men goes through the body image issues as well as the eating disorders as well, but we don't always, you know, hear more about men suffering from it because, again, it's always been silenced or swept under the carpet. We shouldn't be scolding like the men, but we've all had to experience this cruelty of some form for too long of this media issue. As a whole, we all need to understand the damages the media can cause for each of us, however. If we can do that, we can be well on our way to be a more body positive society for all. Nowadays, though, an undue pressure is put on men by women, their friends, family, other men and parents, especially their fathers. Be a man, or grow up, or don't cry over spilt milk. These kind of quotes and more, or sayings, shall we say, is something that is easily said, but carries a lot of weight on the guys, obviously, because they have to harden up and actually show no feelings and emotion. But in reality, we know with the men's character values of what they're supposed to be as males, that shouldn't have to worry them. They should be able to express their thoughts, able to express their feelings. For the ones that obviously are really caring, sensitive, shy and all that, obviously, to me, I like it when a guy shows the emotions, you know, and whatnot. It goes to show that they actually got a soft side and actually will care about anything, be it a small dog that they see down on the street, or even just their partner that they're going with. You know, that's how I look at it. It's actually kind of good. It makes me feel good to see that in general. Okay, but with this carrying a lot of weight factor, when those quotes or sayings are said to a man, however, slamming a man with these phrases is telling him that he has to bury his emotions so deep, as well as his feelings, to take life on the chin and never to show them ever again, or not to even show his weaknesses based on, you know, crying his eyes out. Obviously, it has been known if he cries, he is a weak bastard. Excuse my term. If he's kind, it's the other way around. He's a wimp. Or he's too soft. This simple phrase, however, has the ability to be so crippling, basically. Telling the young men around us this will give him extreme feelings of inadequacy. It insinuates that he's not man enough and he's not strong enough just to handle everything on his own, even if, like they say, men's supposed to handle things on their own, regardless what it is. Nowadays, hitting the gym for guys is the norm, is in for them. Bulking up their muscles and gaining and bulking is the next big thing for them. Being big and muscular, however, is where it's at for the males. You know, is it any wonder why the thin gentleman and the chubby gentleman avoids the gym at all costs? Maybe at least us women have ladies' own gyms that promote friendship and acceptance to it all. Hitting the gym is a big deal for anyone who hasn't ever been or doesn't go frequently, however, and that is made harder by the snickers and glares that is being received from more muscular men over by the weights. Truth is, though, however, to finish this up in the last few bits, is women are not the only ones who can suffer from the poor self-image world. To assume that men doesn't is totally absurd, however, and crazy. As a society, we're all being force-fed about the images of this race of perfect people and our expectations, as I've addressed about expectations in a relationship, but expectations in general too, that should be under as well that video I'm addressing. We're told how to look good in certain outfits and how to dress for our shape. We're encouraged to lose the baby weight, after we, had baby, because Kim Kardashian did so in so record time, and now we're urged to be fit, get fit when summer hits along. Whatever our gender, however, we're not suffering from this low self-esteem and poor body image that's caused by most of our society and media, however. We shouldn't have to buy into it. We should just be able to accept for who and what we are as a person, regardless of body shape and all. Well, that ends basically the body image or issues aren't just for women. Basically, part 1 of the body image issues, or shall we say, maybe just leave it as just the part 1. I'm not sure as of yet, but I'll let you know after doing a bit more digging around to address it to the men as well, because like I said, on that Beauty from Ashes, I want to address to males and females, hopefully, to encourage and support you all, not just the main specific group that I was targeting of the autistics and allistics and the that's like me. So give me that full thumbs up for support, guys, showing that you're engaging. Feel free to comment below if you feel the need or have to about how you feel about when you get judged upon and stuff, or just private message me about it, and also, maybe, I don't know, if you feel kind of like the need or have to when it comes down to commenting below, basically take into consideration maybe for the ones that are going through it or has been through it, maybe to write some form of encouragement for others that maybe have been watching it and has been struggling with their body image for a while, that maybe hopefully we can give them a form of encouragement. So let's just start a positive feedback chain, like a ripple effect, so that hopefully everybody knows that they're not alone, regardless what it is. So in all further ado, guys, basically follow me on Twitter, Facebook. Also feel free to actually, let me know if you want me to do it only 3 days a week on my videos, because I'm just trying to think, because obviously I would like to do more, but I've been told that it might be interesting to see less of me maybe, so that hopefully, while I'm away now and again, it gives you guys more chance to maybe see some of the videos that I have on offer on my channel. But whatever it may be, just feel free to maybe, I don't know, PM me on Facebook or wherever you may have found me. So once again, guys, to the ones that has been supporting me, thanks for your support, and also to the ones that are new and loyal to me, hopefully we can actually learn from one another and everything else in between. So in all further ado, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for your support. Until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you all soon.